seas, above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. The new day, on the new day, I will love you more than me and more than yesterday. If you cannot prove to me you are the new day, send the sun in time for dawn. Let the birds all hail the morning. Love of life will urge me, say, you are the new day. When I lay me down at night, knowing we must pay, thoughts occur that this night might say yesterday. Thoughts that we as humans small could slow worlds and end it all. Lie around me where they fall before the new day. One more day when time is running out for everyone. Like a breath I knew would come, I reach for the new day. Hope is my philosophy, just these days in which to be. Love of life means hope for me. Born on a new day, you are the new day.
Good afternoon and welcome to the 61st commencement ceremony for Willowbrook High School. As we begin the recognition of the class of 2020, we'd like to welcome all of the parents, family members, and friends to a ceremony that will celebrate and acknowledge the outstanding work of these graduates. We'd also like to welcome members of our Board of Education for DuPage High School District 88 and thank them for their leadership and support of our students, Willowbrook High School, and our learning community. The President of the Board of Education, Mrs. Donna Kraft Kane. Our Vice President of the Board of Education, Mr. Jay Irvin. Secretary for the Board of Education, Ms. Blanca Jessen, as well as board members, Mr. Tom Edmeyer, Lisa Knopf, Dan Olson, and Amy Finnegan. Also, from our district office, we would like to thank our leaders, our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Scott Helton, our Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Jean Barbonente, our Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction, Dr. Jamie Gorley, our Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Ed Hoster, our Director of Technology, Teaching and Learning, Dr. Aaron Lenahan, our Director of Community Relations, Ms. Danny Brink, and our Director of Business Services, Mr. Ryan Demrock. Please also join me in thanking two groups for their contributions to this ceremony. The first is our amazing choir, led by Mrs. Karen Wolcott and accompanied by Ms. Linda Radke. The second is our outstanding orchestra members, led by our orchestra director, Mr. Jan Bobeck. Finally, we would like to thank the members of our armed forces, both here and abroad, as well as the future servicemen and women from the class of 2020 for their commitment to serving the United States of America. It is again my honor to welcome all of you to these commencement exercises and ask that you please join me in welcoming our first student speaker, Mr. Eric Hoder.
first like to begin by thanking everyone who has helped us reach this point. Even in these trying times, we would be remiss to forget the efforts of our parents, teachers, and friends, and their contributions to our successes. It is their dedication and commitment to our studies and extracurriculars that has allowed us to reach our highest potential. I want to thank the administration for putting together their best attempt at a graduation ceremony and managing to keep us connected enough to finish the academic year on a positive note. Most of all, I want to thank all of the graduates of the class of 2020, because I know we would not have made it here without each other. Obviously, this is not the way we wanted our senior year to end. I imagine applause and pictures in the courtyard on a sunny day in mid-May. I imagine delivering this speech in front of all my friends and family, and I imagine walking across the stage while my friends were obnoxiously loud, to a few firm handshakes and my diploma handed to me. Instead, this speech is simply a recording made a few days ago in an empty room, and none of us will be on that stage. In any case, we missed out on a lot this year. Some of us have never experienced prom. Virtual senior recognition ceremony was Thursday night, no barbecue, no official last day of high school. All of the banquets were canceled, and many of you will not be able to participate in your last athletic season, last theater production, or any competition for that matter. Still, we cannot let any of that define us or defeat us. We have worked for 4 years to arrive at this very moment, and there is nothing that will change that. Over the years, I've learned something very important. When people would ask what I wanted to be when I grew up, I used to say that I wanted to be rich, and I thought I was so clever. I was going to receive perfect grades, go to a top college, and become a doctor or whatever would give me the type of money I wanted. Just like many of you, I worked very hard for this moment. There were nights that I didn't sleep because of long practices and piles of homework, and if I didn't perform at a game or a meet, that kept me up at night too. And a lot of the time, I felt as though I had too much on my plate. I felt like I had to sacrifice a lot to get here. Like we sacrificed a lot to get here. For a long time, I would have soccer practice, swim practice, piano lessons, and homework to attend to, all in the same day. And I would constantly complain to my dad, thinking I'd have to choose one of my passions to abandon. He'd always say, if you love something, you will find time for it. It took me until recently, but I now understand what he meant. There's really only one thing that we need to prioritize: happiness. I knew that my education was imperative and I would not succeed if I didn't put effort into it, but I did not want that to become my life. I never dropped any of my passions. This year, I did not want to spend every day worried about chem quizzes and count tests. Obviously, I studied because I would not be here if I didn't, but I made time for my real interests. I decided that I would rather lose a few hours of sleep and still make it to soccer practice. I decided I would rather go out with friends on a Thursday night and wake up a bit earlier to study. I decided that I would rather not neglect my passions. To me, the happiness I felt from doing what I loved was worth more than extra sleep. And right now, we all have the opportunity to do this. I'm not telling anyone to sleep less because God knows we already barely sleep in the first place. I am saying that it is possible to be successful and happy. You can be a great student, maintain relationships, and pursue your passions. We all deserve to be happy, and nothing should have the ability to take that from us. Now it's our job to find it, to find our happiness. The art of prioritization is a simple one. Prioritize what makes you happy. I can promise that you'll never be content without working hard, because that is what will allow you to succeed. But life is all about balance, and you need to supplement it with your passions. I would still love to be rich, don't get me wrong, but not at the expense of my mental health. At the end of the day, no amount of work or money will ever be able to compensate for unhappiness. So, today, if you were to ask me what I want to be when I grow up, I would simply say happy. Again, congratulations to the whole class of 2020, and I pray that everyone and their families are staying safe and healthy during this time.
Let's all get one thing straight. Procrastination isn't a good thing, especially in a time like this. I know, big shocker, right? But let me just tell you, if someone told me this as I was going into my senior year, it sure would have been a big shocker for me. Let me explain. Way back in the summer of 19, I was rushing to get my summer homework done, on the last day, of course. Eventually, I decided to find a nice stopping point and enjoy a much-needed break, during which I stumbled upon this pretty interesting video. It featured this prestigious doctor who talked about the real reason why we procrastinate. According to her, procrastination is our body's way of stopping us from overworking ourselves. Think of it as a fail-safe almost. Now, this was revolutionary. You're telling me that I'm procrastinating this stuff because I'm at risk of overworking myself? Say no more. I won't need to do any of this for a few more days at least. Who knows, maybe there's going to be an extension. Needless to say, I took this way too literally. But this video is pretty important, and we're going to come back to it in just a second. Anyway, since I'm such a great person, I've curated the perfect guide to getting things done in your life if you're struggling with procrastination. I've broken it up into 3 really simple steps. Step number 1, think of what you want to do. Step 2, don't do anything else. And step 3, do the thing. I know, super simple. So where do we start? Well, thinking of what you want to do seems pretty easy, right? In practice though, this involves creating an agenda, prioritizing, all that good stuff. There's many ways to do this, so depending on who you are, this step is pretty forgiving. Not doing other things though, that's where the trouble really begins. I guess that's what procrastination is, right? It's all the other things that you do instead of the main event. Kind of like taking a food break every few minutes while writing a very important graduation speech. Step 2 is the hardest part because it's where the most damage happens. You can't restrict your mind from wandering off. If you do, that's just going to cause irritability and a whole nother sea of problems. On the other hand, you can't stay in easy mode and relax forever because then nothing's going to get done. So where's the happy medium? Well, since step 2 is so difficult, we're going to create an exception just for this step. It's okay to do something more enjoyable beforehand so your brain can ease up a little and let you work without distraction. Now, yes, technically this is considered doing other things, which step 2 so strictly forbids. But if you can mitigate time wasted while you're already at work, you become more efficient. So it ends up working out in your favor. The happy medium to not getting off track lies within being able to create personal time for yourself so you can focus on priority number 1 when the time comes. So finally, how do we actually do priority number 1? Well, coming back to the original video, we have to remember that we can't work on a cloudy mind. Your brain is trying to stop you from overworking yourself, you just can't let it take you too far, like me for instance. Instead of diving headfirst into a heavy workload, abide by step 2 and make a schedule with both personal time and productive time. Not only are you stress-free, but you'll produce better quality work. Without careful planning, you'll just end up taking frequent breaks, which isn't good. Once you clear your mind of distractions, you can go into productive mode. In this way, you can actually fit all of your work into one solid block, and that's all there is to it. Keep in mind the 3 important steps next time you find yourself with a big task. 1, think of what you want to do. 2, don't get distracted. And 3, do the thing. Use this advice at your own risk though, I'm not responsible for any of you guys. Just remember, it's okay to not get anything done, initially at least. More importantly though, you have to clear your mind. Only then will you be able to produce quality work. Thank you.
Thank you once again to Eric and Taha. It is now my honor and privilege, as the principal of this great high school, to present the graduating class of 2020 to the Board of Education. Before doing so, we'd like to thank you all again, the parents, family, and friends of our graduates, for the support and trust you've placed in us as we've had the pleasure of working with these amazing students on this remarkable journey. And thank you to the class of 2020, the 61st graduating class at Willowbrook High School. You have left lasting impressions on all of us as leaders, stewards, mentors, and role models as a result of your work in our classrooms, throughout our school, and across our community. Throughout your high school experience, you have facilitated and led conversations with your classmates, staff, and community members related to equity, school safety, professional development, and our own district strategic plan. Your voice and passion are heard and felt throughout our halls, in person and virtually, as we continue to be one school, one family for all warriors, where every one of you and every warrior to follow is included and valued. Thank you for your endless commitment to these goals. As a school that proudly serves nearly 2,000 students of every race, religion, ethnicity, culture, and nearly 40 different languages spoken, you take on the world more prepared to succeed than anyone else. And your dedication and commitment has already been felt because of your success academically, as well as in activities and athletics. From the number of AP and dual credit classes to your ownership and success in programs and events for art, theater, music, BPA, Skills USA, Brook Catering, our own preschool, TCD, DECA, FCCLA, as Eagle Scouts, MSA, BOSS, Hispanic Leadership Team, GSA, and the countless other activities and athletic accomplishments you have earned. And let's not forget, we got to host our own rock concert here this fall. What an amazing experience you have had as students, as a class of 2020, but also the privilege it has been to be by your side every step of the way. You have also continued to support those in need locally and across the world, from delivering meals to those in need to providing support and resources to local families and services through food and clothing drives, serving food at local shelters, packing gifts for children who would normally not receive any, and raising more than $300,000 for the American Cancer Society over the course of your 4 years during Relay for Life. You have challenged us to be sure that you are college, career, and culturally ready to enter this world and to make a difference in the lives of others. While the conclusion to your high school career is the most unique of any class before you, your experiences prior to this semester have already set you apart. And you will be leaving us having been accepted into colleges, universities, and training programs and the workforce in states throughout this country. Willowbrook in District 88 succeeds because of your work and the endless commitment and dedication of your teachers, staff, Board of Education, and community members. Throughout your career at Willowbrook, you have been leaders and you have modeled what it means to be a part of something bigger than just yourself. You live the warrior code, have embraced that we are silver and blue through and through, and helped everyone to know that being a Willowbrook warrior means we represent pride, tradition, and excellence. Thank you to the class of 2020, the 61st graduating class of Willowbrook High School, for modeling and continuing to define the true meaning of being one school, one family, and what it means to be a Willowbrook warrior. You leave Willowbrook a better place because of your work in person and remotely, and you have laid the foundation for all future warriors. Because of your accomplishments and success at Willowbrook, you will be missed as you are right now, but have certainly left a tremendous legacy for every future warrior. And as we all know, once a warrior, always a warrior. Best of luck to you, the class of 2020, in all that you do. We miss you greatly and wish we were doing this in person, but sending every bit of love to every one of you right now as a graduating class of 2020. Thank you. It is now my honor and privilege as principal to present you, the class of 2020, to the Board of Education and Board Secretary, Ms. Blanca Jessen, as having met their standards and requirements for a DuPage High School District 88 diploma. Please join me again in welcoming Board Secretary Blanca Jessen.
On behalf of District 88 Board of Education, it is with great pleasure that I welcome you to this year's commencement ceremony. It is not long ago that you walked into Willowbrook wondering what this school had in store for you. Some of you got settled right away, and others it might have taken you a bit to find your way. But along the way, you were able to navigate these hallways, and soon you made friends. Willowbrook provided you with new adventures that allowed you to be part of this community, this family, and helped you grow as a person. It's hard to believe you are now seniors, ready to graduate and move on to see what this world has in store for you. Little did you know, or any of us knew, that the remainder of your senior year would be like no other. These past few months, which should have been months of excitement, as you prepare to close your senior year, wrapping up your spring athletics, getting ready for prom, passing out your senior yearbook for friends and teachers to sign, enjoying your senior cookout, and all those other things that seniors do was put on hold. Your lives were put on hold. It hurt. It was confusing, disappointing, and frustrating. But I promise you, it will not define your senior year or who you are destined to be. You see, unfortunately, life isn't fair. Life isn't fair when you're a graduated senior, and life is not going to be fair when you're older. What will always be fair are the choices you make when things don't go your way. Whether it's a canceled prom, missing out hanging out with your classmates one last time, or being passed over for a promotion when you're older. This is the crash course in all the life lessons your teachers, counselors, and parents have been trying to teach you. Not the perfect test scores, not how many rushing yards you had, or how fast you swam, or how fast you put the engine back together, but the big lessons. How to keep your focus and composure and to move on when you're frustrated and disappointed. and how to learn from adversity. Will you freak out or stress out? Or will you take a deep breath and move on? None of us wanted you to have this crash course in life lessons like this. But if we all did our jobs well, each and every one of you will shine as a result of this moment. Each and every one of you will come out on the other side stronger. You will have this everlasting bond. I hope that you have a deeper appreciation for each other, an appreciation for kindness, compassion, forgiveness, and understanding. An understanding on how precious life is. Please remember this. Sometimes the bad things that happen in our lives put us directly in the path to the most wonderful things that will ever happen to us. Your accomplishments as the class of 2020 will have helped Willowbrook continue to be named as one of the top schools in the state and nation. Your achievements have not been limited to the classroom. You have been successful in all areas, from athletics to music, theater, speech team, and auto, and the list continues. Congratulations on your accomplishments. You have set the bar high for future classes. As you start off in your adult life, the decisions you make and the actions you will take are your own and will define your future. This may seem scary, but I will leave you with a few special messages. I hope that you will always remember. You are great. Believe it. Self-love, self-belief, self-respect. You and only you set the standard for yourself. Remember to always love yourself. You are good enough. You have greatness within you. Do not listen to negative talk. Do not listen to people who tell you your dreams are too big or not realistic. No one has the right to tell you what your dreams should or should not be. Set your dreams big. Dare to dream the impossible. Remember this. If people are not laughing at your dreams, then your dreams are not big enough. Never believe when someone tells you that you can't, because you can. You see, life's not easy as you start your journey. Some of you will go off to college. Others will go into the military. We thank you for your service. Others will go right into the workforce. There's going to be painful moments in your life that will change your entire world in a matter of minutes. Those moments will change you. Let them. Let them make you stronger, smarter, and kinder. But don't you go and become someone that you're not. Please know you are never alone. And if you ever find yourself in despair, we are all here for you. Don't ever let your failures define who you are. Stay the course. Follow your dreams. And once you get to where you're going, turn back and help others. My second message to you is, be unique. It's okay. You have a voice, use it. Be the voice for those who can't speak. Laugh, love, be uncomfortable, being uncomfortable. Embrace who you are. Ask for help when you need it. It's okay. We all need help at some point. There's nothing more important than your mental health. Please don't let anything or anyone come between your happiness and your healing. Be humble, be respectful, be engaged, be responsible. I like what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Continue to foster the relationships in your life with family and friends. In the end, all the success and money in the world is meaningless unless you have others to share it with. The people that you surround yourself with will either raise or lower your standards. They will either help you become the best version of yourselves or encourage you to become lesser versions of yourself. Challenge yourself to be the best version of who you can be. My last message to you, it doesn't matter exactly what you choose to do with your lives, but I hope whatever you choose, you go all in. I hope that you give it everything you got every single day. I hope that you're not afraid to dig deep within yourself as you chase your dreams. And I hope that you chase them with as much passion and boldness as you possibly can. And I hope that you pour your entire heart into them. And that you go to bed each night so proud of yourself because you know that you gave it everything you had. I leave you with one last quote, and this is one of my favorites from Theodore Roosevelt. He said, "It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred with dust, sweat, and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes up short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcomings, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasm, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievements, and at the worst, if he fails, at least he fails by daring greatly, so that this place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat." I know for you to have been able to accomplish all that you had to have had a great deal of support from parents. I know I would like to thank them right now. Your parents, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, who have encouraged you to work hard and supported you through your 4 years here at Willowbrook. A special thank you to all the doctors, nurses, essential workers, emergency response team during this COVID-19. You are truly our heroes, and we thank you. I want to recognize our administration. I know you will never forget Dr. Krause and the other members of our administration team. Thanks to their leadership and caring support, our school continues to receive recognition. Also, a special thank you to our superintendent, Dr. Helton. I've had a pleasure of knowing Dr. Helton for a long time, and there is no one more dedicated to ensuring District 88 has all the resources it needs to help our students be successful. We are so very lucky to have such a dedicated team. I will always be amazed on how much our teachers give of themselves, meeting students before and after school, and on weekends to give them all the extra support they need to learn and achieve. We know that through their caring support, they can change many lives. Our teachers exemplify the saying, "To the world, you may be one teacher. To one student, you may be the world." On behalf of DuPage High School District 88 Board of Education, I accept the class of 2020 and confirm that they have completed all the requirements of District 88 and are eligible to receive their diplomas. And please accept our congratulations on a job well done. Congratulations.
Students with a gold tassel have a grade point average within the top 5% of the class of 2020. Students with a blue and gold cord are members of the National English Honor Society. Students with an orange cord have received the FitnessGram Warrior Award. Students with a blue and white cord are members of Civitas, our Social Studies Honor Society. Students awarded with a red cord are those who have donated blood at least 4 times during their high school career during the Student Council blood drives. Students with a white cord are members of New Beginnings and serve as mentors for our freshman class. Students with a blue and gold cord intertwined are members of the National Honor Society. Students who have received a pink cord are members of Tri-M, our Music Honor Society. Students who have received a purple cord have earned the seal of biliteracy. And students who have a gold cord are members of the International Thespian Society.
Ali N. Abdousi, Ernashi Laith Abdul Hussein, Estefania Abril, Idris Uberis, Brian Ulysses Acosta Celestino, David Antonio Acosta Varela, Giovanni Agrusa, Alexander Aguilera, Muhammad Noman Ahmed, Muhammad Ahad Ahmed, Jorge Albaran Rivera, Jesus L. Alman, Emily E. Alessandre, Anthony Alfaro, Abdel Rahman Amadeddin El-Kurdi, Dima Amadeddin El-Kurdi, Atala F. Allison, Gerardo Almaraz, Nayeli Almaraz, Analeli Alvarado, Lenny Alexander Alvarez, Ahmed Amar Amro, Isai Aparicio,
Ayana Arif,
Naima Arif, Nasser M. Asher, Fred Kubate Assem, Carlo Ismail Ayala III, Muhammad S. Ayan, Seja Ashraf Bara, Deborah Jean Badger, Aisha Ayub Beg, Jessica Ann Balslu, Krenner Banushi, Zachary John Barnes, Carrie A. Bartels, Alicio Franco Battaglia, Morgan Carolyn Bowers, Carolyn Elizabeth Bauman, Mackenzie Bay, Gerardo Bedola, Hannah Ruth Barrent, Kayla Rose Beitzel, Erin Alexandria Bell, Hope A. Bennett, Alex Fernando Bernardino Jr., Malia Bertana, Rose Catherine Bonerick, Luke P. Borey, Wyatt James Borey, Devin C. Braden, Raymond Kennedy Brisboy, Maxwell Roy Brody, Michael T. Brooks, Madeline Nicole Brown, Samuel Robert Bruns, Rose M. Brickda, Natalie Bueno, Veronica Zoe Bukak, Allison Kimberly Butler, Asia Monique Bird, Hunter R. Burns, Stacy Cairo, Matthew Alexander Calderon, Alicia R. Cameron, Danae Campbell, Nicholas James Capitelli, Eduardo Ramon Cardenas, Jack William Carey,
Damian Dylan Carson,
Benjamin Kafka, Peyton Jordan Say, Mason Thomas Seplecha, Sochi Czech Silvestri, Kylie H. Shimiluski, Sarosin Cho, Colin Richard Chuck, Emma Suzanne Sismatia, Alexis Rain Kaufman, Hendrik Kokali, Lennon Gallagher Conboy, Madison Jean Conrad, John T. Conyers, Marissa M. Conyers, Evelyn Corral, Alejandra Cortez, Josiah Emmanuel Crowder, Dominique Crow, Jorge Luis Cruz, Sophia Lynn Kumatsi Brown, Carolyn J. Cuchetto, Michael Cuevas, Caitlin Elizabeth Cummings. Erica Frances Dahlstrand.
Matthew E. Del Pino. Omar Davalos Perez. Brian Jesus de Horta Hernandez. Norman Dessy. Lane Marie Degnan. Mirella De La Torre. Ashley Y. De Leon. Priscilla Del Valle. Chloe Genevieve Devens. Katerine Yohalis Diaz Andino. Emilio Diaz Granillo. Colton James Diedrich. Brian John Dilger Jr. Rosalie Lynn Doan. Pierce N. Downer. Kathleen Mary Doyle. Maxwell Anthony Drake. Nicholas P. Egan. Batul H. Alaga. Mustafa El Gore. Madeline Rose Fiello. Amna Faisal. Amreen Fatima. Sheikh Faisal. Jordan Fenton. Josefina Araceli Fernandez. Luke Fisher. Kevin Michael Fitzgerald Jr. Kelsey C. Fitzgerald. Sarah Lynn Fitzgibbon. Calvin Roberts Fleming. Anthony J. Flores. Elizabeth Grace Flory. Jalen Lawrence Flowers. Jason A. Forgeron. Jessica Karina Franco. Megan Franz. Brian Fuentes. Emily Elizabeth Fuentes. Isaac T. Gaines. Alejandra Gallegos. Brina Celestina Garcia. Hernan Garcia Jr. Marilyn Garcia Meraz. Brian Garcia Rodriguez. Kate A. Gargano. Noah Aubrey Garrett. Madison Rose Garrett Nielsen. Reina Garza. Tavion Devel Jeans. Angelo Giannotti. Dominic Giannotti. Margaret Alice Gillespie. Valentina Beatrice Giron. Jalen Jabray Glanville. Samuel D. Glass. Colton R. Gnat. Riley R. Goals. Christina Gomez. Nicholas A. Gonzalez. Montserrat Gonzalez Gutierrez. Paul Edward Goshi. Zachary H. Gransard. Tyler Jacob Gregory. Devin J. Gualpa. Brandon P. Gilmet. Yamil Gutierrez. Cesar Guzman. Jason Hadas. Felix Jericho Hamilton. Chloe Marie Haar. Dennis Lamar Harris Jr. Jonathan Hartshorn. Margaret L. Hassler. Albert James Havenga IV. Michael Thomas Hay. Emmy McKenna Hayes. Cameron J. Hepner. Eric Heredia Marquez. Carlos N. Hernandez. Jacqueline Hernandez. Rodolfo Angel Herrera. Kalia Tashay Heron. Brandon Robert Heselton. Latavia Janice Hill. Eric John Hoda. DeAndre Beecher Paul Holliday. Thomas Xavier Holmes. Michael Gregory Horton II. Pearl Ann Hosman. Vivian Leanna Hudson. Logan M. Huettel. Melanie Janet Huston.
Jorge Ronaldo Iberra Flores. Thomas Michael Iozo. Gianna Nicole Irian. Jake Jagello. Caitlin Elizabeth Janis. Nor Janjua. Emily Anna Jaros. Emma Jessen. Sarah Michelle Johnson. Taylor Alana Johnson. Brenton Kyle Jones. Christopher Perry Jones. Janae Trinity Jones. Michaela Jones. Chastity Jordan. Leonard Com. Jeffrey David Keefe. Utah Keener. Ryan Jacob Kelly. Chloe Kearns. Sadia Khalil. Humaira Khan. Huzaifa Khan. Khatija Khan. Daniyal Kokar. Ellie Page King. Shannon Knutson. Emma Grace Kosjeva. Eric Krenzel. Walter Robert Krott. Skylar Atlantis Kruger. Dale Jasper Duerio Landis. Nicholas Vladimir Lapshin. Fiona Suzanne Lashmet. Colin Lavery. Joshua Tyler Lazat. Nathaniel Lechtenberg. Vincenzo Michael Ladon II. Alex Lemke. Grace Charity Labrizzi. Brandon Lee Luzak. Benjamin Grant Luna. Alexi Joshua Madden. Isabella Madden. Jasmine Aaliyah Madison. Daniel Scott Magana. Dorian Mahone. Layla Murat. Dylan Malik. Casimir Nicholas Malloy. Hannah Martins. Caleb Israel Martinez Martinez. Juan Manuel Martinez. Jamie Martinez. Nicole Maslowski. Alexis Valeriana Mascio. Juliana Sky Mast. Luke Matasik. Anthony Jean May. Jason May. Ashley Charnay Mayweather. Joseph Alex Mazzoni. Elizabeth McBride. Zainab Machubchub. Christian Medina. Nelson Giovanni Mellon Jr. Alondra Jasmine Mendoza. Andrea Mendoza. Brianna Crystal Mendoza. Esmeralda Mendoza. Dax Bretz Meyer. Caden Milky. Cody Jacob Milas. Annabella Francesca Mindo. Elareza Mohagahe. Michael Anthony Mocklack. Jeremy D. Montana. Jaden Moore. Travis Lee Moore. James Aaron Mora. Nancy Morales Hernandez. Hania Mosba. Logan James Mulholland. Tori Mullins. Natalia Murgis. Kevin Murillo. Fiona Murphy. Maeve Murphy. Trey Joseph Nastali. Alfredo Miguel Nava. Jennifer Navarro. Michael Giovanni Navarro. Quentin J. Neal. Aiden Joseph Nichols.
Elizabeth Nichols Bacharach. Zachary Nosen. Elizabeth Itzel Nunez Ocampo. Emily Aaron Obrachta. Francis O'Byrne III. Michael Ojeda Galicia. Sandy Orizaba. Emily Caitlin Pacudo. Daisha Parker. Shivam Patel. Arlene Lorraine Patterson. Jeffrey Kenneth Paulson. Juliana Mary Paulson. Diana Pensgard. Abigail Perdomo. Adolfo Perez. Francisco Perez. Raquel Perez Diaz. Lauren Elise Perry. John Edward Peterson. Tyler Dylan Peel Hames. Stephen Beadle. Grace E. Plasek. Aaron L. Poole Jr. Sydney Faith Popelka. Nicholas Kerr Porter. Christian Michael Price. Winter Vinay Price. Noah Robert Pooley.
Jarar Syed Farhat Kasim.
Syed M. Quadri. Jendi Barachina Kibal. Jacqueline Quintas. Zachary James Rabe. Jacqueline Jirai Rakasi Aldridge. Betsy Michelle Ramirez. Lisandro Ramirez. Reynaldo Ramirez. Angelina Rose Ramos. Deja Novell Ramsey. Ryan Ranieri. Logan Michael Ratana. Christopher Newman Rauzan. Jaya Darjay Lauren Reed. Giovanni Regalado. Joseph Robert Remedi. Philip Isaiah Richardson. Kayla Ritchie. Liam Reeson. Leonardo M. Rios. Viviana Rios. Carlos Rivera. Diana Rivera. Aaron Junes Rivera Marquez. Sophia Ann Rizzo. Jeremiah Robinson. Salma Robles Banuelos. Wilfredo Robles. Sean Robson. Tamara Rodriguez. Pierre Martin Rojas. Ryan Rojas. Brandon Lee Roller. Celeste Adriana Romero. Elizabeth Jade Romero. Stephanie Romero, Aaron Alexander Rosario, Matthew Joy Rosario, Diana Elizabeth Ruiz, Margarita Anayeli Ruiz, Jordan James Robert Rust, Nala Sabahat, Marie Nicole Sabio, Diego Sanz, Victoria Nicole Salazar, Daniel Saldana, Diana Salgado, Mohammed M. Salim, Anas Mohammed Sulman, Erandi Yanil Sanchez Figueroa, Evelyn Sanchez, Jeffrey Sanchez, Jose Antonio Sanchez, Jaslyn Z. Santos, Najma Sarwat, Nicholas Shellhorn, Carter J. Schenke, Claudia Elise Schmidt,
Emily Rose Schmidt,
Mary Catherine Schmidt, Jessica Marie Schmidt, Ariane Janelle Scott,
Kevin Edward Seeberger, Samantha Corin Sedlacek, Erica Ray Seaman, Kyle Selke, Letitia Lexi Sepulveda, Jerome Saramac III, Zachary Janes Seymour, Mariam Sheikh, Ali Osman Sharif, Alexander Michael Schultz, Khalil Jalil Shiril Pearson, Gabriel Alexander Sibaha, Faizan Ahmed Siddiqui, Wajahat Siddiqui, Jeremiah Simmons, Tyler Aiden Sims, Riley James Slovey, Alicia Smith, Zacchaeus Tavon Smith, Jamie Solis, Matthew Edward Summers, Kyle Spidell, Colin Joseph Spera, Emma K. Staunton, Shane Morgan Staunton, Ava Teresa Stratton, Elizabeth Catherine Stroop, Everett Waltern Stubblefield III, Anthony Sullivan, Christian Sullivan, Elizabeth Kathleen Sawastik, Abdul Karim Syed, Nikola Schlachta, Joshua Tankersley, Alexandra Renee Tapia, Enzio Almerigo Tareo, Dorothy Tate, Aaliyah Terry, Christian Thomas, Justin Tyler Thomas, Trinity Anya Liberty Thomas, Jalen S. Thompson, Michaela Rose Tomaszewski, Catherine Tortorici, Stefan John Luke Triplett, Samuel Patrick Tumulty, Nathaniel Laron Turner Jr., Caleb Uzin, Nelly Urieta Luna, Alexa Valadez Castaneda, Kate Vashti Valencia, Victor Allen Valerio, Kevin Valois Gomez, Jessica Vargas, Paul Varno, Nick Vasily, Angel Manuel Vasquez, Christopher Vasquez, Stephanie Velasco, Seneca Valenzas, Derek Verdugo Del Hoyo, Vivian Vigil, Victoria Villafuerte, Renee River Villagomez, Michelle Villalobos,
Manuel Villalobos Garcia,
Jenna Louise Vittorio, Talha Wahid, Paul Walker Jr., Caitlin Joe Walker, Zoe Elizabeth Walton, Claire Wangler, Donald James Ward, Kayla Joy Ward, Aaliyah Marie Washburn, Mason Watkins, Liana Weaver, Elkin Lamar Wells Jr., Jessica Lynn Whiting, Sarah Rose Whiting, Madeline Wilkie, Isabel Willett Templeton, Justin Williams, Carly Alyssa Wilson, Cameron Eileen Witt, Charlie Wozniak, Anthony Joseph Yanadi, Gabriel Yu, Tomas Jan Zivkak, Joseph Zopel, Logan Zawicki.
Good afternoon. My name is Donna Kraft Kane. I'm president of the school board, and I would like to take this opportunity to wish each senior congratulations upon their graduation today. We know that your senior year did not end up quite like you anticipated when the year began. I've been thinking a lot about the meaning of 2020, and two meanings have come to mind. One is when we refer to 2020 as hindsight, when we look at those choices that seemed difficult in the past that now seem clear after we know what happened as a result of those choices. The second is when we think of 2020 as being perfect vision, unfortunately something that I have not been blessed with. I believe that both of these meanings apply to the class of 2020. I believe that the experiences that you've gone through this year have made you stronger, and you will appreciate the opportunities you have in the future even more. But I also believe that because of these difficult times, that the class of 2020 will be the vision of our leaders in the future. After what the world has experienced this last year, we need more than ever visionaries who can take obstacles and turn them into opportunities. The fact that each of you are here today, graduating, is a testimony that you are that visionary. I wish each of you the best of luck in your future. Go Warriors, go Blazers, make us proud.
Good afternoon, class of 2020. My name is Jay Irvin. I've been honored to be a member of the DuPage High School District 88 Board of Education since 2005. This would have been my 16th graduation, and it saddens me that we can't celebrate your successes together. Wow, what an end to your senior year. The most severe medical emergency in our country's history, closing everything, work, schools, stores, sporting events, churches, parks, playgrounds, etc. Everything, a whole way of life as we know it, stopped. Everything that we know, do, love, and cherish is stopped or greatly curtailed. Nobody had any idea that it would continue this long either, but it has. But here we are, not in a traditional way, but here we are. You, your teachers, your administrators, and your families have developed alternative ways to complete your high school education, to get the job done. E-learning, wow, who knew how well this would work? Your class was, is, and will always be the group that developed this education innovation. Way back in my day at Addison Trail High School, education innovation was colored chalk. And as my class celebrates our 50th reunion, Addison Trail, class of 1970. It will be virtual, of course. I can't help but think that how fortunate your class actually is, and more importantly, how much more fortunate classes that follow you will be because of you, working through this and succeeding. So please, be proud of what you've accomplished during this ordeal. Please believe in the bright future ahead. Continue being you, and most of all, stay safe. Thank you.
DuPage High School District 88 is very proud of our excellent administration and talented staff for focusing on each individual student and working every day to develop students to be the best they can be. Developing some students to be college ready, developing some students to be career ready, and mentoring those with special needs to shine brightly and reach for the stars. You will always be remembered as the class that had to deal with the impacts of coronavirus disease. But I challenge each and every one of you to choose how this distraction will define you. You are so much more than a class that missed out. You are the first group of Illinois Public High School seniors to adapt to remote learning and e-learning. You have shown you can overcome any obstacle and succeed. You have shown you can handle change with grace, flexibility, and innovation. You have stepped up to help others in need and to put their well-being before your own. That is who you are, and that is what will define you as a graduate.
Class of 2020, it has been a year full of trials and tribulations, but you have risen to the top, achieved so much, and made all of us so very, very proud. Congratulations, and I wish you nothing but wonderful things and the best of luck.
I just want to wish the class of 2020 congratulations. This has been an unusual year, and I want to wish you the best. One of my favorite quotes is from Ralph Waldo Emerson, to not follow a path, but make your own and leave a trail. And this year, the class of 2020 is definitely making their own path. So best wishes next year in anything that you do.
Class of 2020, you guys are going through an incredible, strange time in all of our lives. And I've been honored to watch all you guys grow over the past 4 years, going to sporting events and you moved to concerts and plays and all the award ceremonies and banquets that we've been invited to as school board members. Keep up the work. I like the way that I've seen that you've embraced change. And we've been hit with a wave of change over the last few months, and it doesn't look like it's going to change at all and slow down. Everything you do from this point on will be about the change, how you respond to it, and how you continue to do great things that you've done, just like you've done here at high school. So congratulations to the class of 2020. Stay safe, stay well, and good luck.
Willowbrook class of 2020, congratulations on successfully completing your journey through high school. The last few months, that journey was filled with obstacles, and you stood in the face of adversity, and you successfully completed high school in a remote learning environment. We miss you. We're proud of you. Congratulations.
Congratulations to the class of 2020.
Congratulations to the graduating class of 2020. We applaud and recognize the amazing accomplishments of the past 4 years that you have completed in our classrooms, our theaters, our auditoriums, and our athletic fields. As you graduate and take your next steps forward, we celebrate you and we wish you the best of luck.